So, yeah, this is going to be my review of Primal. Now, I know I said, if you guys were following me on Comic Universe, I was going to do all 5 episodes, but then shit kind of got in the way, and I was like, I just don't have the time to do episode reviews like I used to. So yeah, that was the problem, so I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'll just do a one big series review on my channel, because, yeah, I've got a feeling that someone like either Brian or Jay are going to do, like, a big overview of the season on a whole. So for those who don't know what Primal is about, Primal is the show that was created by Gennady Tartakovsky, the creator of Samurai Jack and, you know, several other well-beloved cartoons, and it is a 5-part miniseries that essentially was a series about a caveman and a dinosaur trying to survive after both their families were tragically taken from them. This is a beautiful show. Just right out the gate, this is a beautiful and violent show. This is just a brutal... There's brutality and beauty in every shot. Even when, you know, there's just a lot of blood flying everywhere, there's, you know, great artwork to be had. And that's what I really love about this show, is that it's art over story. That's the major thing in here, is that it is very an art-driven story. I mean, yeah, there's sound effects and what have you, but really it's more like, you know, the only voices you really hear are from cave people kind of grunting and groaning at one another. That's really the only voices you really hear. There's no, like, dialogue, really, outside of the caveman sounds and the dinosaur roars. That's really it. That's really all it is. Also, yes, I know some people are complaining, like, oh, dinosaurs and man didn't live together. There was a huge gap between the two. Whatever. If, you know, if Flintstones can do it, then, you know what, Primal can do it. This is really, like, as one commenter on one of the trailers said I listened to, was like, this is Flintstones on bath salts. And that's really a very apt description. The main character, Spear, my headcanon is that this is Samurai Jack's ancestor. Like, this is the guy who his bloodline would have the same, you know, would one day bring about the guy who would kill Aku, really. Spear is a very interesting character in that he doesn't talk, but you can clearly see all of this range of emotion on his face. Like, you can clearly tell when he's sad, when he's happy, when he's angry. It's all conveyed through even the smallest gesture on his face, and you've got to give major credit to the animators in that regard. You really have to give just a lot of love to just the animation crew who were behind this just amazing piece of just making a show that essentially, an animated show that essentially was just one giant art piece, but there's so much storytelling going on in every episode without any sort of dialogue. And again, that's all attributed to the animators who gave this character and his supporting character Fang, who I guess I wouldn't call a T-Rex. It's definitely like T-Rex-like, but it's clearly not at the same time. But I digress. But that's the thing, is that these characters all convey what they're feeling through just through facial expressions or just sounds they make. And that is so mind-blowing to see in this day and age, where you have such a great show, and all the dialogue is told through simply just grunts and just by body language, really. So that's, it's really cool to see that. And it's such a ballsy show at the same time, it's such a ballsy show to come out. It's an adult animated cartoon without the use of, like, fart jokes or anything like that. There is one joke, I will say, that is just like, really, we went there? But it's thankfully a quick little gag, and they don't dwell on it too much, so it's not really something I can complain about. There's one joke in the second episode that made me go, really? You had to do that? Alright, whatever. Get it out of your system. Now, the action in here, if you guys thought the action in the final season of Samurai Jack was insane, you have not seen Primal, because, dear Lord, the action in Primal is just, you feel it. You feel every hit. You feel every stab. Like, you feel the impact of every blow taken from the characters, and what the characters do, how the characters attack and fight, really. There's this great artistic look to it, but at the same time, there's this level of savagery to it, as well. So, man, I could go on and on about the action sequences and the gore, especially in the final episode. Oh my god, the gore in the final episode will make you go, Don't eat, is what I'm saying. Don't eat before watching that episode. If you have a weak stomach, don't bother eating. Do not bother watching that episode if you just ate and have a weak stomach for violence. Ooh boy. Yeah. Also, side note, after watching this, I really want Gennady to do a Conan the Barbarian animated show, animated movie, or an animated series, because dude would straight up kill it on a Conan the Barbarian show, anything. Like, just that project alone, that would be perfect for Gennady Tarkovsky and his crew. Like, yeah, just imagine Gennady Tarkovsky's Conan the Barbarian, or Red Sonja, or something like that. Also, I kind of get the feeling that Gennady wants to do something with the Hulk in the last episode. I get a feeling that he really wants to do something with the Hulk. Depending on, by the looks of how that last episode went. If you saw the last episode, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Again, like, there's just so much in here. It's its own universe. It really, what I feel like it feels like is if the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like, whatchamacallit, like, Mitor or something like that, was allowed to be violent, then yeah, that's what it is. And Primal is a perfect example of where the animation industry is headed now. Finally, after how many fucking years, we're finally feel like we can do this? I mean, Spawn cracked open the door, but that was a small crack at best. But now, thanks to Primal, I think we can really thank Samurai Jack for opening the door to allow us to get Primal. But I think the big thing is, and Primal really kicked open the doors, that hopefully this will show the world, this and Castlevania and a few other American animated shows, that, yeah, you don't need to have dick jokes and, vomit in your cartoon to be considered adult animation. You can tell mature stories with violence and still have, be a character. You can have uncontrollable violence in your shows, but still be considered, to have good storytelling with the violence. And again, I have to illustrate that, yeah, the violence in here illustrates a point. Like, it's not just violence for the sake of violence. It really does feel like it's telling, the violence itself is telling a story in here, that living in this time period, this weird dinosaur-mammal coexistence is it's a struggle. It is constantly a struggle. And there's just straight up great, monster imagery and dinosaur imagery in here. God, I could go on and on about this show. I want to pick this up as a DVD collection. I really do. I hope they come out with a DVD collection soon, because I want to get it. I also understand that there's going to be a second season next year, so hopefully that can follow up just this great little show as a, it could be a good follow-up to it. But anyway, I've been gushing and gushing about Primal. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Gennady Tarkovsky, what more can I say other than the man and his crew, his animation crew and everyone else who worked on this, they knocked it out of the fucking park. I want to see more of this, and hopefully this will kick open the door for Adult Swim to do more, more cartoons like these, hopefully. Hopefully, I'm really hoping, like, this showed that, yeah, we can do, more violent adult animated shows on here and still have good storytelling behind them. Hopefully, Samurai Jack and Primal really opened up the doors to that, and we can get more of that in the future. So that's all I gotta say is, other than, well done, Gennady, you knocked it out of the park again. So, you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of Primal? Did you see it, did you like it, or did you hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And are you hoping that this will hopefully open the doors for not just Adult Swim, but for other groups to make adult animated cartoons more often? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.